Good morning and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel ahead of blank game week 29. Of course, we're up nice and early, but this time it's not, of course, us trying to, beat the big boys, get an extra hour in. I've actually got stuff to do a little bit later today, of course, for the second channel. We're heading off to a game a little bit later, so make sure, if you aren't already, subscribe to the second channel. I'm sure one of the moderators will put that channel in the chat, but for the next kind of about, I would say, hour and 45, you've got me to answer any of your questions, do team reviews, and of course we're going to go through my team, look at some data, all that good stuff ahead of blank game week 29. Now, of course, if you do enjoy today's stream, make sure you're liking, subscribing, getting those comments in, and also getting your votes in for the poll as well. I'm very interested to see which way people are swinging for captaincy this week. I've currently got it sat on Erling Haaland. However, I've got Bruno Fernandes in my team. I've got Chris Wood in the team. And maybe this week you're on a free hit and you're fancying somebody a little bit different. So let's just wait and see who comes out on top on the poll. I'm really interested to see. Let's have a look at what's kicking off in the chat. I can see we've already got loads of moderators and members. Andy, Jessica, Jamie's in here as well. Absolutely great. Nice to have you in here early, guys. Luke the Nuke's in here as well. He said, made it in time this morning. Great to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Crown says, morning, Tom. Thoughts on selling Salah to buy back Haaland if wildcarding him back in game week 31? I think the only problem with selling Salah, and the reason I've not done it, is you've got so much value built into Salah, and I think you'll want Salah for the next fixture as well, because it's Everton. It's a great fixture. There's no getting around that. What other questions we got? Insane Gamer 7 says, hi Tom, another minus 12 this week. Jesus. Last week I only got a small red arrow. Went for it. I bought Haaland, Gibbs, White, Foden and Gvardiol in. Why are you needing another minus if you've already took a heavy one? Cheers for sending the second channel link in the chat. Sorry, Turkey in a bush. Appreciate that, mate. If anybody does want to obviously go and check that out, we are trying to hit 2,000k subs over on that channel before the end of the season. So please, like I said, feel free to hit the subscribe button over on that channel as well. Right, let's take a look at my team then. Obviously, if you've watched any of the content this week, you know I've taken a -4, and these were always the plans move. We did them last night, so we brought in Gvardiol, Totti, Haaland, and Bruno Fernandes. We've taken out Palmer, Isak, Trent, and Hall. They're the players that we took out. So that's the move we're making. We're currently sat on Erling Haaland captain. I mean, that could very easily change throughout today's stream. I'm not 100% convinced. I think Brighton aren't too bad at the moment. I'm tempted with Bruno after midweek and Leicester being absolutely abysmal. But at the same time, I might just go Chris Wood if it's going to look like he's going to have 100+ effective ownership. But we'll see how things go throughout today's stream and see maybe which way I'm kind of feeling. Of course, we've got round it without any minuses, without using the free hit. So I'm in a pretty good place. I knew the next 2 weeks were going to be extremely difficult. We always knew that going into it. But hopefully we come out the other side. No transfers required in game week 30 post-international break. Then, of course, we hit the wildcard button in 31 and attack those doubles. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, the thing is, the Brentford fixture, yeah, I get it. I just won't have Isak for next week. We're wildcarding in 31 anyway, so we can get him back then. But other than that, yeah, I've decided we're just going to take the risk. It was either Haaland against Leicester or Isak against Brentford. And I think Haaland slightly edges it. I don't know what you guys think. Why have I already done my moves? I've done them because I needed to. Like, a lot of the prices were going up last night. A lot of the prices were coming down. So, yeah, we've done the moves. The deadline is today. There's no point waiting for anything. We've done them. Arad said he's going for Kluivert captain. Interesting choice. Obviously, they're really fancy from the bookmakers as well at Bournemouth this week. So, could work out in your favour, mate. Thoughts on Garnacho and Mitchell? I mean, Mitchell's not going to play. Palace haven't got a fixture. Garnacho's an interesting one. He gets a lot of shots off, but they're not quite there. Yeah, I think he could be worth a gamble on a free hit. I don't know if I bring him in on a transfer. Yeah, I feel the thing with Isak is a lot of people won't have Isak for next week. They just won't. So maybe if he's stuck with him, fair play. He's going to have, lower effective ownership than anything like that. I mean, there is no early kickoffs, is there? Everybody kicks off at 3. But team leaks this season have pretty much gone. I can't remember the last time we got a team leak on a deadline, to be honest. So, yeah, I just can't see it happening. What are City going to rotate for anyway? They've got nothing to rotate for, so it is going to be full strength anyway. Thoughts on Rutter in game week 31 onwards? I think he can be a great option. I'm not 100% convinced by him. No, I think they've just got too many players playing within those positions. So yeah, not for me. Not for me. I plan to do game week 30 wildcard. Saar, Munoz, Haaland -4, or Mitchell, Garnacho, and Haaland -8. Why are you bringing in Munoz or Mitchell for this week when they don't play? That's what I'm trying to get my head around. Trent for Milenkovic or Gvardiol. Might need the money for wildcard later. I mean, if you need the money for wildcard later, though, you can redistribute funds. So I would probably go for Gvardiol. I think for the next 2 weeks, he's going to be a very popular asset. Back-to-back home fixtures. Fancied from the bookies this week. Probably going to be fancied as well next week in terms of a clean sheet as well. So, yeah, I probably would go with that one. My laptop has just decided to take off next to me as well. Had a little mini takeoff and then it's quietened down. If you are enjoying today's stream, guys, make sure you are liking as always. Massively appreciated by me on the stream. Only 10 likes. Come on, we can bump that number up. Like I said, get your votes in for the poll as well. I'm really interested to see which way people are going for captain. So far, 50% of you are going for Haaland captain, 25% for Wood, 19% for Fernandes, and 6% for other. So very interesting. Yeah, Minter looks a great option. I think Matoma as well. There's so many like players. Like I don't see a talisman, but I see players. If you get my drift. Yeah, I think the clubs have just really clamped down on the leaks. So yeah, I don't think we'll be getting many leaks. Took a -4, done Palmer and Watkins to Semenyo and Haaland, leave me playing 5 at the back with 11 playing. I mean, it's one of those weeks where I feel like people are going to have weird formations. Ideally, I wouldn't want to play a 4 back here, but we had to, so it's just one of those, isn't it? I get you've already got Marmoush, but maybe it's that captaincy appeal, and that could be the reason that sways it for you for the next 2 weeks. I don't see Marmoush being a captaincy appeal player. I just don't. And I don't think he's that guy either. Maybe he could prove me wrong today, but I don't. I guess if you're going to sell anybody off there, mate, it's probably going to be Cole Palmer. If you don't want to sell Salah, Isak, or Saar. So, yeah, Cole Palmer is going to have to be the one that goes, I'm afraid, then, isn't he? And if I was to get rid of one, probably Saar would be the one. I know they've got a great fixture next week, but yeah. I feel like the other two could go nuclear. I don't see that with Saar. Do you need that player to play Luke the Nuke? If it's a yes, then yeah, we can find you somebody in the doldrums. But if you don't need them, don't waste a transfer on it. Sell Isak for Haaland or sell Mateta for Haaland? Ooh. I mean, if you can do the Mateta one, I get it. Because we're still unsure whether or not he's actually going to be available. I imagine he will be. But yeah, I think if you had Isak and Haaland, I think you're going to be in a better place for next week. Thomas says he feels like Wood is the best captain. Yeah, I think a lot of people are probably going to go with Wood. I think he's probably the safer, effective ownership pick. Yeah, I think Marmoush will start. I really think Marmoush should start. Is it risky to sell Palmer? I don't think it is. His form's absolutely gone out the window. His ownership is dropping like a stone. No double game weeks over the next few weeks for Chelsea either. So I don't really see where the appeal of spending that money on him is going to be at the moment. Watch him go and absolutely smash Arsenal to bits. But yeah, I feel like his confidence is gone down a little bit. I mean, if you need them, Luke, then yeah, I get it. I do get it, mate. We'll try and find you somebody. What did your budget say? 4.8 million? We'll take a look in a second. Should I sell Dango for Fernandes at a -4? I think I'd take that gamble, yeah. Noari to Garnacho? No, I don't think I think both are probably going to score similar-ish. Probably put Noari just ahead. Maybe Garnacho steals something out of the game, but yeah. Who to captain out of Bruno, Palmer, Wood, or Cliver? I think your captaincy is either between Bruno or Wood there, mate. Obviously with no Haaland. Forest don't score a lot of goals, I get it, but is Ipswich one of the worst and leakiest defences this season? Mateta's already been in training. There we go. Thank you for the update on that one, Jamie. Appreciate that, my friend. Do keep your questions coming in. Anything you do have ahead of today's deadline. Okay, Palmer, Dango, Trent, Cunha out for Kirkes, Semenyo, Minter and Haaland. I'm not a big fan of Semenyo, but I get it. He's got a decent fixture this week and a great fixture next week. So, yeah, fair enough. For a -4 as well, I feel like the -4 this week is kind of redundant because most people are taking a -4 anyway. So, yeah. Yeah, we'll take a look in a second. Happy Huddersfield Day. Hopefully, Ben. Hopefully, man. Hopefully they can win. I'll have everything crossed possible for you. Toes and fingers. Dango for Minter for a -8. No, I think there's probably a better option in there somewhere. Do you have a free hit and will there still be a blank game week? Yeah, I still have another free hit and it will be in game week 34 is where we'll have the next blank game week. So we've pretty much got to wait for FA Cup results. We'll get them before game week 30 and that'll kind of dictate our chip strategy for the next few weeks. Yeah, that's a very solid defence. That is a very solid defence. FPL Shane's in the chat, one of our channel members. He says, evening, Tom from Auckland. Great to have you back, mate. Hope you're doing well. Of course, guys, if you are enjoying today's stream, make sure you like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Massively appreciate everybody as always. If you can hear my laptop next to me, it sounds like it's like there's a disc and it's just like falling over on it. So I do apologise if you can hear that. If you can't hear it, boo-hoo. Right, let's have a look for Luke the Nuke. He asked for some cheap midfielders, 4.8 million or below. Let's have a peruse of who we got available in that kind of price bracket. I doubt there's much. I really, really doubt there's much. Oh, most of the good ones are 4.9 of them, I'm afraid, here. Right, Christian Norgard, I probably would say is your best bet. The fixtures aren't great, but he does play at least. Back from injury as well. Who have we got? There's got to be someone else. I mean, Diblin? They've got Wolves this week. Maybe a punt on Tyler Diblin. Nawari is probably going to be your best bet. He really, really is. I completely forgot about him. Nawari is going to be your best bet, mate. Go Nawari. Done. Like that. That's going to be the one. Yeah, Nawari. Completely forgot how cheap he is. Completely forgot how cheap he is. There you go, Luke the Nuke. Hope everything works out for you in that regard. Like I said, guys, if you're enjoying today's stream as well, make sure you like and subscribe and getting all your questions in nice and early. We'll be live till around about 10 o'clock. Then I'm going to have to dash off to my game this week. Like I said, there will be a video going out on the second channel, which if you aren't already subscribed to, head over to that one. It is just my name or one of the channel moderators will whack it in the chat for you. What questions have we had incoming then? Wood has more of a chance to score. I mean, if we look at the bookmakers, they've got Haaland score at the top of projected goals. So, yeah, I think it's going to be Haaland. Am I free hitting? No, I'm not free hitting. I would prefer Elanga over everybody there, purely down to the fact that he takes free kicks, corners, set pieces. Morgan Gibbs-White has been moved off them. So, yeah. Do I think Haaland is essential? I don't think he's essential, but he is going to have a big impact if he does go off in terms of rank. His ownership definitely would have pelted up over the next few days. Yeah, he's gone from pretty much like 26, I think he was at the start of the week, 26.2 to 35%. So his effective ownership has definitely rocketed up. So he's not like a danger to your rank, but he's definitely going to do quite a bit of damage. But yeah. Wood, on the other hand, is at 50%. You imagine with decent captaincy. Yeah, Chris Wood could be a player that easily gets 100% effective ownership if a lot of people do, of course, captain him. Fernandez from -8. Depends who you're going for to take out for that. Wissa with a surprise brace. Yeah, I don't see it, but I'd love to end like my kind of run of Visser and Wemo with some attacking returns this week. It'd be great. Bench one, Gabriel or Robinson. I'd probably go Robinson on that one, mate. Arsenal's clean sheet data for this week, and the betting data is really suggesting a clean sheet and an easy win. Bruno or Kluivert to buy. I think I'd probably go Bruno with that fixture this week. I have 3 players having a blank game week. Henderson, Hall, injured, and Ahmad. What could be the replacements? I have like 2 mil in the bank. Henderson, I think Pickford could be a great shout for the next 2 weeks. Or, of course, you could go for Matt Sells. Hall, you've got a plethora of options. Gvardiol, Gabriel, 8 Nuri, Totti, as you can see in my team, a Forest defender. And Ahmad, you could, like I said, I think Nawari could be a decent budget pick if you wanted to obviously keep a low pick and maybe go for more premiums with your other 2 transfers that you went for. Yeah, I feel like what I've done there, Andy, is I've kind of covered myself off, haven't I? I've got Haaland, I've got Wood, and I've got Bruno. I feel like some of the most high effective ownership players this week, I've probably got myself in there. So I feel we should be okay. We should be okay, hopefully. What is my opinion on Evan Nielsen? I think he makes Bournemouth a lot better of a side. He'll probably come off around 70, 75 minutes though. But yeah, he could be decent. Could be decent. On a Ron remain free transfers, Trent to Guardiola to avoid a hit, to play fast. I do the -4 there, Matt. Yeah, I do the -4. Can we do a coin flip for Elanga or Gibbs White? Yes, we can, my friend. Of course, the coin is here if you do have any split decisions that you need this week. Tails, for Elanga. Heads for Gibbs White. All right. It's landed tails. There you go. Morning, lads. Tom's perm is in full flow today. It's actually dying. You can actually see my perm is dying. It's getting done next week. This is why I kind of like international breaks. It means I can go home and get my hair cut. Otherwise, it kind of just... This has been... I think the last time I got it done was like November. It's been a while. Has been a while. Is it too late to jump on Munoz in game week 30? I mean, if you're wildcarding in 31, then not necessarily. Should I sell Palmer to Bruno? I'd be tempted. I'd sell, yes, definitely do Hall to Gvardiol as well. Thoughts on Tavernier over Semenyo? I actually think Tavernier could do bits. It would just be his minutes that would worry me a slight tad. But yeah. Sell Matoma for Bruno? I probably would. Is it a special coin? It's the holy coin, mate. It is the holy coin. This thing has had many correct decisions this season. So, yeah. Oh, it does say it on that side. Hello, handsome is what my mug says. Yeah. And if you do think I'm handsome, make sure to leave a like. Oh, that was cute, wasn't it? I have Charlie Taylor. I'm wanting a replacement. There's a guy for Wolves called Agabo, who's at 4 million. He's probably going to be a best bet in terms of that replacement. Yeah, I could probably, if you've got the budget, Visser to Isak next week could be the move. I don't have, unfortunately, the budget. I prefer Elanga over Hudson-Odoi. 8 Nuri instead of Kirkez. Yeah, probably. How many incorrect? Incorrect what, Jessica? Thoughts on Tavernier over Semenyo? He's massively passing the eye test. Fair if he's passing your eye test, go for it. Coin toss, Haaland or Wood captain? Yeah, we can do that. Heads is going to be Wood. Tails is going to be Haaland. All right? And it's tails, ladies and gentlemen. The coin has spoken. The coin has spoken. Yeah, great shout as well there, Andy, with the 3.9 million defender. Yeah, the coin says buy Elanga, mate. It does. Trent and Castagna for Gvardiol and Nico Williams. Like him. Like him. No, it's not about 50-50. The coin never is wrong. Never wrong. Never wrong is the coin. The coin is just too elite. Let's have less slander for the holy coin, yeah? If you're enjoying today's stream, guys, like I said, make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribe button, all that good stuff. Massively appreciated, as always, by myself on the channel. We are trying to hit 12.5k subscribers by the end of the season, and it is only possible with your guys' amazing support, as always. So yeah. Hey, I've found the best formula for double game week 32 and 33 without wildcarding if 31, but no Saka, Foden, Palmer and Trent. Yeah. I think maybe Saka's the only player I'd be wanting there, but we don't know when he's going to be back, do we, at the moment? I've taken a -12 just for vibes. Brilliant. Brilliant. Which combo do you prefer? Fernandez, 8 Nuri, or Clive Gvardiol? The first one. Best Ahmad replacement? It is probably, like I said, going to be Nawari, mate, in my opinion. That's the one I probably would go for. Do keep your votes going for the captaincy poll. I'm really, really interested to see which way you guys are going to be swinging on this one. It looks like Haaland is leading the way for most people. However, Wood is slightly creeping up from the last time we had a look at 27% now. So it is going to be interesting for that one. Oh, you too, Matt. You too. Thank you very much for the kind words. Best captaincy is Wood this week. I mean, we've just done the coin, and the coin has spoken. It said Haaland. Cheers, Sol. Yeah, that's the right idea. 140 watching and only 40 likes. Come on, we can get that to 50. We can get that to 50. I'm not a big fan of Ruter, personally, for me, mate. Yes, you'll lose the transfers if you hit that free hit button now. I'm hoping for a Greaves bullet header. I think quite a few people might have like a dodgy defender playing this week. I mean, Villa probably have their set rotation, don't they? And they feel like certain players are ready for certain games. And obviously, Asensio is a player that's never played in the Premier League before. Maybe he's just more suited to that kind of European football and the way it's played. So that's probably the reason. I would prefer Milenkovic. He's got actually better underlying data than Nico Williams. The only threat to his minutes are probably going to be Saka. So for the next few weeks, I think he's secure, mate. I'm doing good, John. Hope you're doing good as well, my friend. Do you think it's worth a -8 to get Haaland in? Doing João Pedro to Wood, Isak to Haaland, and Palmer to Cliver? Or just use the free transfer on João Pedro to Wood? I like it. I think I like the -8. I do. It's a little bit risky, but I do like it. Yeah, you get your transfers back, but obviously the players don't remain within the side. They'll be gone. That's how it works. Trent to Gvardiol to afford Isak to Haaland. Yep, fan of that. Just keep Elanga. What are you doing? Keep Elanga. I mean, if you're in a position, John, where you've not got enough players and you can't really get to them without probably max -8, like anything above a -8, then yeah, I'd use the free hit. Milenkovic's underlying data is a joke. It really, really is. Murillo is more the aggressor. If you watch Forest play, he's the more aggressive defender that will go out and make the challenges. So yeah. He'll probably be more likely, I would say, to pick up a card or foul, which will affect his bonus point marks. Palmer captain to chase ranks. I mean, it's Arsenal. I don't see it happening. I mean, Gvardiol's probably going to be your best bet there, isn't he, mate? From your travels across Europe, which footballer would you like to see in the Prem? Ooh, good question. I mean, the clubs that we've been to, we've not really seen anybody, like, amazing. Obviously, we've only been to Belgium and Sweden twice, and we've never seen anybody that we've been, like, massively blown away by. So, yeah, it's always, like, ex-pros that we see across there that, like... Yeah, they passed it a little bit. We saw Sofian Boufala the other week, and you could just tell he was like a little bit good and a bit like a class above the rest. There was just that extra touch, the extra flick around the corner that you were like, yeah, he's quite good, isn't he? I don't think Dango will play. I've not seen him. Mateta should be back for game week 30, I believe. Jamie said earlier he's in training already. Yeah, you basically just... The key takeaway from this season and most seasons is going to be leave your chips right till the end. Southampton Wolves, any punts? Totti, Strand Larson. I don't really see anybody for Southampton, I'm afraid. Evan Nielsen captain. You can see it. Oh, mate, no, please. Please don't go for it. Probably Nico Williams. Fair. I mean, you've got Salah as well back next week, so he could... This is the thing. We're all saying this, like, you know, Haaland's going to be a good captain for next week with Leicester. Salah's got Everton. And most of us just might revert just to captain in Salah yet again. Isaac, Trent, Hall, Palmer to Haaland, Gvardiol, Milinkovic, -4. I do the -4. Hey, George, how are you going, mate? Hope you're doing good. Sell Isak for a new forward or bench him and play Wood and Visser. I mean, you could just play Wood and Visser. The only new forward I think is worth going for there would be Haaland. It is. Garnacho's an okay 1 week punt. I'm just not overly excited about it. I'm just not. He doesn't do anything for me. Let's just put it that way. He doesn't do anything for me. Trent, Nico, or Kirkes already have Sells planning wildcard in 31. Then if you've already got one, then go for Kirkes. Does Hill start for Bournemouth? I believe he does, yes. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Every time I open this stream. Go for it, mate. Would you captain Strand Larson? No. I mean, you probably TC Isak in 32, mate. TC Isak in 32. George says, wildcard 30 is happening for me. I mean, if you can extend it to 31, I think that'll put you in a better position, mate. But, yeah, go for it. Young says, good morning, Tom. Hope you have a good weekend. You too, bro. Yeah, probably going to be a popular pick with engaged managers. Like, that ownership's probably could be a lot of dead teams as well. I got Bowen and Pickford in today. Bowen is a sell as soon as I can. I don't return this week. Yeah, I mean, you could just get him out on the wildcard. Or I know you've already probably used it up. But yeah, probably after game week 30, probably will be one of those players you want to get rid of. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have, let me know in the chat. Of course, if you want your team rating by me, we'll be doing those a little bit later over on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it these days. So if you go to my most recent tweet, leave your team under there. We'll get those reviewed as always. Let's take a look then at the betting data heading into this game week then. As you can see, Everton have the joint best, should I say, clean sheet opportunities this week with Arsenal. City are the standout scorers for this week with 2.2 projected goals. If you look at Rob T, FPL's betting data as well in terms of projected scorers, also has Erling Haaland as the #1 pick for that week as well. Then we've got Bournemouth as well, sat in second. So obviously if you've gone for any Bournemouth players, Evan Nielsen, Semedo, Kluivert, people are looking at Tavernier. Could be a decent opportunity as well. But the surprise package out of the lot from the bookmakers is going to be Fulham. And we can see this trend as well with the Fantasy Football Hub. They've got quite a few Fulham players scoring well this week. So maybe the likes of Robinson, Jimenez, if you've got them, could be worth playing this week ahead of potentially taking them out. But yeah, let me know what you think of the betting data heading into game week 29. I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts. Yes, we'll be doing team reviews as always. So if you want to get your team sent over to me on X, we'll take a look at those a little bit later. Those are some sad clean sheet odds for this week. They always are. There's no one like clear, is there? There's no one clear. Do I do Dango to Garnacho for a 1 week punt? Yeah, I probably would do that one. Isak, Palmer, Trent to Haaland, Bruno, Murillo, Nico Williams or Haaland. I prefer the first option. Yeah, I think the first option's better. Aina to Gvardiol, why would you do that move? Why would you do that move? I'm a little bit confused why you would do Aina to Gvardiol. I don't know. It baffles me. It really, really does. Obviously, it was Cheltenham Festival this week. Let me know how you got on. Did you end up? Did you end up down? I'm interested to hear your thoughts on what happened for your Cheltenham. Obviously, the bookies made an absolute killing this week. But I'm interested to hear how much you guys won or lost, if you did, of course, have a flutter this week. I don't have a goalkeeper. Makes sense to make a -4. This is the thing with goalkeepers, right? I don't think they're worth a -4. Purely because what's the max points a goalkeeper realistically scores most weeks? It's 6 if they keep a clean sheet. 7 if you're lucky. That's if they keep a clean sheet. I honestly don't think I'd do a -4 for a goalkeeper. Cunha to Xerxes or Marmouche. Oh, Xerxes did look good. He did look good, I'll give you that, on Thursday night. But, you know, I'd take the punt on Xerxes. I'm not that big fan of Marmouche. Jessica had a flying week. She says she didn't even bet. Love it. Bruno's on fire. Yeah, he's looking good at the moment. Could be a decent option. I wonder what his ownership's at. Obviously, I think he had a price rise last night or the night before. 21.8%. Oof. What's his 0.54 is decent. It is decent. Second time I've owned Bruno this season as well. I didn't think I'd do that with United's worst season, but here we are. Here we are, I guess. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. Keep those votes coming in for the poll as well. And obviously, if you're new to the channel as well, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Massively appreciated, as always. Obviously, we'll be live till around about 10 o'clock. I know the deadline's not till 1:30 today, but unfortunately for me, I do have something to do a little bit later for the second channel. We'll be off to a game. You adamant on Haaland captain over Bruno? No, I'm 50-50. I am 50-50. I'd probably go... this is the thing. I think I'd probably go Bruno over Wood. I genuinely think I probably would go Bruno over Wood. Please don't spam though, Adam, or you will get muted. I've had a free hit this weekend. Otherwise suffer with 7 players. Debating on Fernandes captain. Yeah, I'd probably go Fernandes over Wood. Captain in Bruno is the best differential. Yeah, agreed. Aina or Gvardiol to start? Ooh, probably go Aina. Yeah. I mean, who are you having to drop there to get one of those in? I think the ideal back three this week would be Gvardiol, Nuri, Aina as a back three if I was on a free hit. If I could get one, who would it be? I think depends on the position you are in terms of rank. Wood's probably going to do a lot more damage if you don't have him because how high his ownership is. Haaland is going to be the one that could project you up. So it's kind of like, do you play it safe, go for Wood, kind of cover yourself off, or do you take that gamble and get Haaland and then give yourself a decent captain for next week as well if he looks that good? So yeah. Yeah, they're good transfers, mate. No problems with those. Thinking about activating my AM chip. That's a new one. Just going with Everton getting a draw win against both Liverpool and Arsenal. Thinking of activating my AM chip this game week. Yeah, they could do. They could get something out of that game again. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. I know Rob T FPL posted the projected points for this game week for assistant managers, so maybe worth heading over to his Twitter as well and taking a look. Trent, Salah, Isak, Aina, Bruno, Haaland, -4. I would do it. Yeah, I'd do those moves, George. I mean, if you really wanted to save some money, you could always go for a different Forest defender. I don't think Aina is worth his budget at the moment, considering he's had so many price rises this season. But yeah. Do you think I'd take a -4 to get Gvardiol or another defender or play with 10? I'd take the -4. Aaron says I'm 300 up. 180 of that was from day one from a double and the rest on Friday. 3 winners and 3 seconds. Very nice. like I said, guys, let me know if you did have a good festival. Sell Palmer or keep him. I got Buemo, Cliver, Elanga to start, Salah with a blank. I mean, I would maybe the only player I would sell him for is Bruno Fernandes. That's the only player I would sell him for. I have Gabriel and Pickford. Who do I bench? Enzo, Bowen, Mikalenko with that in mind. Oh, probably Enzo. Yeah, Enzo. Enzo to Palmer? No. If you're going Enzo up to anybody, you're going to go to Bruno this week. No chip. This is my team. This is what I've assembled for a -4. I'm pretty happy with it. I can't lie. I'm pretty happy with this for a -4. Do keep your likes coming in, by the way, guys. We've just hit over 50, and that is massively appreciated by me. As always, if we get 100 likes, we do something pretty crazy on the channel. Dango to Bruno and Gabriel to Kirkes for a -8. I don't understand why you do the Kirkes move, but yeah. The Bruno one I do, but the Kirkes one I wouldn't. Highton, Palmer and Isak to Bruno and Haaland for 2 weeks. Yeah. Is a -8 too much? Probably just slightly, but I think you'll be fine. Thankfully, wasn't brave enough to captain Palmer last week. Oof. Captain Haaland or Wood? I'm currently sat on Haaland, but I could be tempted to switch. What would be your... Oh, that's a big fancy word you've gone for there. I can't say it because of the Q. Prerequisite. I'm not even going to embarrass myself anymore. For a free hit this game week. The back three would be Aina, Gvardiol, 8 Nuri, Pickford in goal, a midfield of Bruno, Cliver, either Elanga or Morgan Gibbs White. We need one more. Elanga, Bruno Gibbs White. Who am I missing in that midfield? Who am I missing? Yeah, and then a front three of probably Haaland, Wood, and then that final position could be Jimenez, could be Wood, could be Visser, could be who else is there? Strand Larson, Beto, yeah, Evan Nielsen could be another one as well. There's lots to think about there. My only issue would still be having Dango, but don't think he's worth doing another -4. He could start ahead of Tavernier. He could. Hoping Palmer has got over the scoots this week, becoming a bit of more of a differential. Let's wait and see, Shane, eh? Let's wait and see, mate. Prerequisite. There we go. I can say it if somebody breaks it down for me. Prerequisite. There we go. We got there in the end. Thank you very much for the £5 donation, Jay. Really appreciate that one, mate. He says, hi, I have Raya, Gabriel, Robbo, Nico Williams, Hoyson, O'Shea, and Buemo, Cliver, Fernandes, Haaland, Wood. Take a -4, bring Elanga in for Rodgers, or start O'Shea. I think I'd take the -4. I'd go for the gamble. Thank you very much for that donation, man. Really appreciate that. Is it a good week to have a back four? I mean, I think it's kind of a week to put whatever you want together, to be honest, if you can. If you're trying to avoid using a free hit, yeah, you just clobber in whatever you need to put together. Imagine Tom owned Haaland earlier in the season. Yeah, I know. Those first few weeks where we didn't have Haaland and we were down at 5.2 million. What a season we could have had, eh? But I think at the same time, I would have probably not wildcard, and I feel that wildcard set us up for the next few weeks that obviously led to the big increases. So it's one of those. We had the bad start, but we've massively recovered. We've put ourselves as one of the top content creators in terms of rank. Hopefully that can continue. Break into the top 10k. That would be pretty decent. FPL Honey Badger is not a fan of Manchester United, clearly. Greaves bullet header incoming. Yeah, I feel like that would be justice for so many people that have played Greaves this week. What's the point in using the TC earlier in the season? Sometimes a single game week player can just pop off. We've seen it quite a lot of times. I used mine on Haaland back in game week 9 when he had Southampton, and did acquire a lot of expected goals, but nish all in return. I think he maybe only got 1 return, but yeah, it's probably the least effective chip out of the lot. right? It is the least effective chip, and sometimes if you've got that right double game week, you just play it. Greaves or Leif Davis? Oh god, they're both terrible. They're both terrible. What's my chip strategy? Wildcard 31, bench boost either 33 or 36, depending where doubles go. Then we're gonna free hit in 34, play out the rest of the season. Yeah. Do I watch any other content creators? Yes, of course I do. I watch a lot of content. It's one of those things where you kind of just see where everybody else is at, and yeah, I do watch a lot of content. We don't talk about that Haaland TC. No, we do not. I've got triple Forest defense. Oh, mate, a Greaves bullet header is going to demolish that, isn't he? Alex is in the chat. Hope you're doing well, mate. I've seen that you're still top of our league, but I don't know where you are in the world. Let me know. Did you have a decent game week 28, or was it pretty poor? It's not been confirmed yet. Like I said, we're going to have to wait and see what the FA Cup fixtures hold for us, and which way we potentially go on that one. Wood and Dango, Pedro and Cliver. I mean, Dango's probably not gonna play, or at least start, so probably the better one. Do you know what the top 10k will be doing for their chip strategy? Probably very similar to what I'm doing, to be honest. Right, my Champions League prediction is PSG. They were terrible throughout the group stages. That Liverpool win's going to spark them. They'll beat Villa. Then they're either going to play Real Madrid or Arsenal in the semis, which isn't easy, granted. But I'm going to go PSG. I think they're going to be my team. Fair. I think if you're fearful of not having him, go for it. This is not a free hit team. This is the team that I have managed to build with just transfers. Poor week again. Oh, 33 though, bro. Like, even still, 33 in the world. Like, how many people can say that they've ever got that far in FPL? A handful. So still feel decent. Jessica agrees with my PSG shout. Barca for Simon. Yeah, I think Barca could also be a decent shout on the other side. Pickford, Gabriel, Anderson. Brexit 442. Love it, George. Love it, mate. Yeah, I forgot you're a Villa fan, Andy. Yeah, I said to you, Seb, it's worth a hit in my opinion. Dango to Hudson-Odoi for a -4 in game week 30. I have Visser to rotate with him. In game week 30. Nah. Not sure about that one. Bryce has said Madrid. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people will probably go for Real Madrid. Currently sitting at 19k, was top 5k for about game week 13 though. Still well done to hold on to that. And you're still in a pretty decent position to go and get that top 10k finish as well. So yeah, I think you're doing good, Luke the Nuke. Fair. I like all those moves you suggested, Alice. Like I said, I feel like a -4 this week isn't really a -4 because so many people are just taking a -4. Oh yeah, if Emery beats PSG, that will be absolutely golden. It would be great to see that actually happen. That actually, you know, now you've said it, that would be hilarious to watch. That would honestly be so good to watch. Then they get Arsenal in the next round and beats Arsenal. That right there is football heritage if that happens. He beats PSG, his old team. He beats Arsenal in the semis, then gets to the final. That is football heritage right there. What's my thoughts on Hudson-Odoi? Not for me. I prefer Elanga. Villa winning the UCL just so it drops down to us. Anything for a pipe dream, eh, George? Anything for a pipe dream. Alex says he's a Madrid fan, so he fancies his chances. Fair play, mate. Fair play. Got to be done, hasn't it? Would you take a -8 to have a full starting 11? Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I probably would. Thoughts on Garnacho? Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Garnacho this week. He could be an okay punt, but not for me. Not for me personally. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have, let me know. Of course, if you're enjoying the stream as well, make sure you're liking, subscribing if you're new as well around here. Villa win UCL, United Spurs win the UEL, Crystal Palace in Europe. What a dream for George. Mate, I reckon Palace fans would love that. Nice little European away day. Alanga versus Gibbs White. Much of a difference apart from the price. Alanga now takes a lot of the free kicks, corners and set pieces which originally Morgan Gibbs White did. That's why I've been suggesting Alanga to people. So yeah. Boom, 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 boom. We'll do team reviews. I reckon we'll do team reviews at 9:15. Let me just check. We've got a good batch of those in. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, we've got a good batch of those in. We'll do those at 9:15 then. Someone said, "What is my overall goal this season?" The overall goal is to get top 10k finish. I've never had one, so it'd be great to get one. And then in terms of the channel, it would be 12.5k subscribers before the end of the season. I think that'd be a really good one considering where we actually started. Yeah, I think, yeah, considering where the channel started at the start of the season, the run that we've been on, I think that would be perfect. Top 10k finish, 12.5k subscribers on this channel, 2k on the other channel. We're laughing. We're laughing. Rashford got in the England call-up. I know that England team is, yeah, mental. Absolutely mental. You've also got to throw in Bowen in there. I think Bowen could be a decent shout. Aina or Mikalenkovic. I don't see there's too much difference. So I probably, if you're struggling for price, would probably maybe go Mikalenkovic. FPL Diamond. Hope you're doing good, mate. Hope you're doing good. Boop, boop, boo, doo. Would you do a -8 to bring in Bruno and Haaland and Evan Nielsen? Yeah, probably would. Cheers, Andy, bro. I appreciate that one. Yeah, Palmer's absolutely going to go off now that we've all sold him. It's just the way the game goes, isn't it? Morning, Tom. Which one would you go for? I like two. I really like two. I think the Bruno thing, yeah. Yeah, Seb's got the right idea as well. Make sure you are hitting that like button. Massively appreciated as always on this channel. It does push it out to more people, and that's exactly what we want with these deadline streams. Try and get as many people in here as possible. I'm not going to twerk on stream. 100 likes and we'll do something, but not for 75. I'm a man of principles, all right, George? Would you take a -4 to take out Jorgensen? Already have taken a -8? Probably yes, I would. If you need the players, do the -8. Do the -8. Are you doing transfers? Yes, I have already done transfers. These are the transfers that I've made for this game week. So we brought in Totti, Gvardiol, Bruno Fernandes and Haaland. We've taken out Isaac, Palmer, Trent and Hall. They're the players that we've removed. And I think that looks like a pretty decent team for game week 29, considering I only got, like, you know, it just together with a -4. Oh my days. A member for a whole year. George, you absolute legend. What a year that has been. Thank you very much, bro. Massively appreciate your continued support on the channel. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you very much. Nana Betty is cooking up there, mate. She is. When is the best time to use the AM chip? If you wildcard in game week 30, you could use it 31, 32, 33. Other than that, I probably would say maybe 36 to 38. They're probably going to be your other times to use it. I like that -8 you've suggested there, Sam. I think that works. Dango to Alanga or Isak. I mean, that doesn't quite work, but you could do Dango to Alanga, yes. Wood, Evanilson and Bruno in for Cunha, Isak and Dango. Worth a hit. Yep. Oh, yeah, I'd do the -4. I'd do that -4. Go on, George. Absolute legend. Thank you very much for your continued support, mate. Really, really appreciate that. What's been my favourite highlight of the moment? Probably there was a week where I bought in Visser. I went against the coin. Maybe like when he was first back from injury. Let me have a look. There was a week where he just come back from injury. Here, I think I brought him in for this fixture here. Oh my days. That was kind of the run where we went on kind of just flying up the table. Purely because we had Visser and Mbeumo and they were just like cooking across that period, if I remember right. Yeah, look. 15-pointer here. Just like, it was just, them two were just, yeah, on another level. It set my season back on track. So yeah, that's probably the FPL highlight for me. The other one, probably from a personal standpoint, is going on FPL therapy. That was, yeah, just a pretty kind of full circle moment for me. Raptor was one of the people that basically sort of inspired me to make my own channel. So getting to meet him, getting to go on his podcast was, yeah, just kind of like I said, a full circle moment that, yeah, I didn't think I'd ever get the opportunity to meet Ross. I never thought that would happen. I never thought the channel would get big enough to do that. So, yeah, that was, yeah, that was cool. That was fine. Yeah, I know we have the number 33 in the world. That's Alex. That's Alex. He's top of our mini league. He's flying. He loves it in here. Bro, is a -12 bad this week? Yeah, I think a -12 is probably too excessive. So you're probably going to be looking at maybe using that free hit up. No, unfortunately not as strong now. But yeah, during that period, it was just great. Marmouche's FPL Diamonds. Oh, the Ahmad hat-trick. I was at the game for that one as well. Kind of ruined the video that I was kind of making. But, yeah, it was still, nevertheless, to see a player score a Premier League hat-trick, it's always good. Big season you've had? Yeah, it's been a great season. It really, really has. And yeah, just feeling quite grateful, to be honest, for everybody and the way the channel's grown and everything like that. So, yeah, hopefully we can have a decent end to the season. And we go again in the summer. And, yeah, you never know where we could be this time next year. I mean, I think if I remember back this time last year, maybe I had like 3k subs. Yeah, so mental. What game are you going to today? We're going to Oldham versus Rochdale, which is a derby. Yeah, that'll be on the second channel later today. We're absolutely going to smash through today. We've got the stream. We're off the game. We're going to get that video out. Then we're going to get you an FPL video out this evening, the transfer targets one as usual. Then I'm off to the gym after I've done all that. So, yeah, really, yeah, really smashing it today. And this is the ethic we're going for. Just keep going, keep doing the work, keep putting the effort in. And, yeah. Hopefully so, Jessica. Thank you very much for the kind words as well. Really appreciate that. And yeah, like I said, really appreciate everybody's support. Whether you're just a subscriber, a channel member, a moderator, or just a single viewer. Yeah, really, really appreciate it as always. As we just hit over 200 people watching the stream. So thank you very much. How are those two still non-league? Exactly. That's the angle we've gone for today. Biggest game in, biggest derby in non-league football. And I mean, if somebody else can argue me a better or bigger derby in non-league football, I'll wait to hear it. But yeah, for me personally, I think that could be one of the biggest derbies in non-league football this season. Yeah, like I said, I think that -12 is probably going to be too much, mate. You're going to be looking at a free hit. Sunderland play Coventry today. I think we can get Prem next season. Which team there? Which team do you support, Luke the Nuke? Sunderland or Cov? Let me know. I mean, if it's Cov, they've absolutely flew out of nowhere under Frank. And usually they're the teams that do well in the playoffs because they've got that momentum. Rather than a team, say, one of those top three that misses out, they're going to be really dejected and down. Yeah, Andy, let me know who he is, and we'll take a look. Let's see your hairline. Would you play Edison this week? I'd go Cells. My hairline is going at the sides. It is going at the sides. Maybe a turkey job, but I think it's okay. I don't think it's too bad. It's not too bad. We're clinging. We're clinging on. Aaron says Sunderland for the win. Cov versus Sunderland is a weird rivalry from the 80s. Didn't even know it was a rivalry. There we go. Sunderland, mate, like Coventry, though. Oh, fairs. Hopefully so, bro. It'd be great to have them back in the Prem. When's the best to use the AM chip? It's going to be either game week 31 to 33 or 36 to 38 are probably going to be your periods. Nice jersey in the back. Yeah, the Dortmund one. It's got Bellingham on the back as well. Unfortunately, we had like a load of scarves there, but they've all fallen down. They're currently sat in my thing, but yeah, I've started collecting scarves from like European games I go to, which is, yeah, it's just enjoyable. I like it. I do like it. We've got like a load of them. If you want to see the scarf collection, let me know. You know what? If the stream hits 100 likes, I'll get the scarf collection out. That's what we'll do for today's stream. All right? 100 likes, we'll get the scarf collection out. So if you want to see that, we'll get it in. Football chat box lives in OZ. Time's good for anyone in that part of the world. Fair, mate. If he's live, we'll go and check him out, and we'll go and give him a raid. Thank you very much. Yeah. Name the best 4 defenders for this game week. Gvardiol, Aina, Gabriel, 8 Nuri. Falls on a -8. Planned long term would be Palmer, Isak, and Trent, Huijsen, and Bruno Haaland. Yeah, I think so. I do not buy half and half scarves. I do not own half and half scarves. That is not what we do. That's not what we have on this channel. Like I said, if you want to see the scarf collection, hit 100 likes and we'll whip that out. I'm quite hungry as well. Quite a hungry boy today. Do keep those likes coming in. Keep the subscriptions coming in. Like I said, 100 likes will get the scarf collection out. Thank you very much for everybody that is in today's stream. Massively appreciate. Half and half shirt would be terrible. Oh dear. That would be terrible if there was a half and half shirt. If you've just joined the stream, this is my team. We've taken a -4 this week. This is not a free hit team. We brought in Haaland, Bruno Fernandes, Gvardiol, and Totti. And yeah, a -4 I think is in a pretty decent position. Jack has asked best captain. I'm stuck between Haaland and Fernandes for me. Looking at the poll though, Wood up to 30%. He might still make it as my captain purely down to effective ownership. I might genuinely just be scared and go for Wood in terms of effective ownership, but I don't really like to play the game that way sometimes, but you kind of have to. 31% are going for Wood, 44% Haaland, 20% Bruno Fernandes. Why Aina over Mikulenkovic? I've just had Aina all season. Genuinely, I think I picked him up on my wildcard like game week 6 whenever I wildcarded the first time. We've had Aina in there since. So yeah. Do I ditch Dango for a -4 to make a full 11? If so, who do you reckon? Nawari, or you could switch to another Bournemouth mid to keep it in there. Thank you very much, Mohammed. Appreciate that, bro. Which is the best midfielder to go for from City? Probably Savinho. Yeah, he probably would be the one that I'd go for. Alex is going 100% Haaland on his captain. We do need Haaland to go nuclear. If Haaland goes nuclear, we could be in dreamland this week. Foden or Evanilson / Raul on a free hit. Raul's really fancied by the bookmakers this week and the Fantasy Football Hub predicted points. So, yeah, but for me, I probably would be leaning more towards the other 2 options. I'd probably Evanilson, but yeah, if you're big into your numbers, big into your bookmakers, they fancy Raul Jimenez this week for some reason. So maybe just go for him and hope for the best. Mateta a keep. I mean, he should be hopefully back for game week 30, but yeah, I understand if you wanted to obviously get rid of him. Haaland scoring 4, by the way, this week. I really hope so, mate. I really, really hope so. Of course, I won't be live up until the deadline, but I will post my team on Twitter before the deadline. I can see we're at 96 likes. Like I said, if we get 100, we'll get the scarf collection out. But it is time for team reviews. So thank you for everybody that sent yours in. We'll take a quick look at all of these. By the way, if you do want your team rated by myself, head over to my Twitter at FPLTom_. Obviously, drop me a follow because sometimes they don't pull through. But yeah, let's have a look. So we've got Graham Armstrong. He says, "Hi Tom, thinking of a -4. Palmer and Watkins out, Semenyo and Haaland in. Thoughts? Give me a 5 playing back." Don't really like the 5 playing back, and I think there might be a better option than Semenyo. But yeah, if it gets you Haaland, it gets you Haaland. You've got a lot of budget left over there. You could go for like somebody like a Savinho, who I think could be a better pickup than him. A Forest player would be probably more, I think, the better option, considering you've already got Kluivert, but I get they got a decent fixture next week as well. Abby Johnson says, "Here is my team, still not 100% set on captaincy." It's a good team, Abby, I think, for this week. And again, yeah, I'm also debating that captaincy. Bruno, Haaland or Wood. It's a 3-way split. Jessica, she says, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. I have 2 free hit, right? 2 free transfers. You've got 1. So you got 1. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think you're on a free hit stage, unfortunately. Took a big hit for this team. Cheers. It looks good, and I don't really know what's happened to the strikers' kind of shirts there, but it does look decent, mate. If you've had to take a hit, it is unfortunate, but I think you've got all the big boys you need for this week. 23 overall, but confident of 2 green arrows now that everyone is running back to Haaland. Blank versus Brighton and single digits in game week 30. You heard it here first. Big claims from Jamie this week. No Haaland, but a 5 back this week for him. Decent looking team, mate. Shane says 2 free transfers. Dango to Bruno, Trent to Agbo, 0 point in the bank. I mean, it looks good. It looks good. Hopefully Van der Berg plays for you, mate. Hopefully he does play for you. Marcus has sent his team in as well. Sells Gabriel, Gvardiol, Mazwari, Robinson, Bruno, Bowen, Kluivert, Palmer, Wood, and Iwisa. Yeah, decent. Looks decent, mate. Looks decent. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. We're on 100 likes, are we? Oh, lovely stuff. Thank you very much, guys, for that. Really, like I said, do appreciate everybody in the chat. We'll get, we'll get the scarves out. We'll whip the scarves out. Obviously, if you're new to the channel as well, make sure you're hitting like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But yeah, let's get the scarves out because we hit 100 likes. Give me 1 second. We're in this wardrobe here. Okay, we've got them all. Let's run through these. There's a gym top that doesn't fit because I'm fat. Right, let's start off first with this one. We've got the Dender scarf from the last video that we did, where we went to Belgium, the smallest team in the Pro League. I probably will never go back there. So, yeah. Thank you for sending the link to the second channel in the chat, Jamie, by the way, where a lot of these scarves have been picked up. So there's the first one, Dender. Next up is a Bruno Fernandes scarf. Maybe that might be the sign that we have to go with Bruno captain for this week. But yeah, we picked this up when we went to Old Trafford earlier this season. So yeah, there's a Bruno one. What we got next? We got a Wakefield Trinity scarf. I went the other week. My first ever Rugby Super League game. It was all right. It wasn't amazing, but yeah, rugby. What we got next? We've got the Gothenburg one. The first ever video I filmed for the second channel where we went to Gothenburg. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. So that was great. We'll do this one next. Is the Anderlecht one from, again, the last trip we went to. Nice half and half kind of colour. Both the same team though. Don't worry, I'm not some pagan who does like half and half. But yeah, that's a nice one. And then the final one from our trips is one from the team on my leg here, AIK. So yeah, there we go, AIK. Woof. There you go. I probably should have done that on the full screen rather than the little tiny screen, but hey ho, we did it. Thank you very much for 100 likes again on today's stream, guys. Massively appreciate you as always. Let me know what you think of the scarf collection. It was there, Tom coming out of the closet. Wonderful. Went and died to Evan Nielsen with Wood captain and Trent to Miglenovic. Currently tripled up on Forest. No Haaland, no problem. I have Wood, all I need. Yeah, if you've got Wood, you don't really need too much else if you've got Wood. As long as you've got Wood, you're fine. Beautiful scarves. Thank you, Jessica. The only one I wanted to get and didn't get was there's a Hacken scarf. Yeah, if I'd have got a Hacken scarf, I think we'd have pretty much completed every European ground we've been to. We've got a scarf. But wasn't meant to be, I guess. Sell Chalobah to Nico Williams for a -4. Yeah, I probably would do that. Mateta's Raul Nawari to Bruno and Henderson to Jose Sarr for a -4. Full play in 11. I like it. Looks decent, mate. Looks decent. Best keeper this game week. Probably Pickford or Sells, isn't it? I'm 44 and with Wood. Mate, most people don't get Wood at 44, so I'd be very happy with that. Sign of good health is some Wood. Yeah, Freddie, if you want to send it on Twitter, we'll take a look. Or if you want to whack it in the chat. Yep, that looks fine. That looks fine to me. Boom, boom, boom. Trent to Gvardiol or Hall to a Forest defender? Probably Trent to Gvardiol, I think, probably would be the move for me. Yeah, that's probably the move I'd go for on that one. Should I do Dibbling to Gibbs White for a -4 or keep? I'd do the -4. I've got Wood and have Visser and Haaland in my FPL team. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Kirkez the only Bournemouth defender you want, I think. Yeah, probably so. Hill's the cheap option. Hoyson. I just couldn't afford Kirkez at the time. But yeah, if I could, I would go for him. Yeah, looks like a decent team, bro. Everyone having Haaland gives me Wood. I think I'm going to keep Palmer in my free hit team. He is fancied on the Fantasy Football Hub predicted points tool. He is currently sat second on that. So, yeah. I have 10 playing this game week and kept it all. Nice. Tom's has just lost all of us. 40-something subscribers. Wood. There's a lot of Wood in the chat. There is a lot of Wood in the chat. It's keeping the chat erect, is what it's doing. Propping it up. There you go. Alright, I've decided on Haaland, Wood, Gvardiol, Semenyo, Bruno for a -8. It's not a -8. No, it's not a bad -8, sorry. Salah not playing, got so many money for premiums. Yeah. Isak to Evan Nielsen for a -4. I prefer Bruno if you... I mean, I prefer Haaland if you can get to him. But if it gives you a playing full 11, go for it. Hey, mate, I brought Salah for 12.5 million. Fantasy Football Hub is suggesting, but I would lose 0.6 million on him. I don't think I'd sell Salah. I really, really don't. I don't care what the Fantasy Football Hub is saying. I would not be selling Mohamed Salah this game week. Not for me, personally. He's just not a player I would want to sell. Not a player I would want to sell. Only got 10 minutes to save the world. If you want it. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Probably better defenders to go for. I think Hill's at 3.9 and he should play. So there's your defender, Jessica. Trying to get sense of a chip to use this week. I mean, if you need to use a chip at any point this week, it's probably going to be that free hit if your team's... yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter now, Sean. It doesn't matter, mate. Sorted it last night. Sorted it last night, bro. Cresswell at 3.9 as well. Yeah, he should play. He's been playing the past few weeks in that back five, hasn't he? Can you do a wildcard draft during the stream? Which game week do you want to see a wildcard draft for? Play Harwood Bellis or take a hit? I probably would prefer to take a hit. Yeah, I'd actually prefer to take a hit. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Gvardio or Mikalenkovic? I prefer Gvardio. Sold Salah, need cash for Haaland. Probs will wildcard him back in 31. Fair? Yeah, I feel like a lot of people might be doing that this week. Selling Salah, trying to get Haaland back in. I mean, I don't mind it. I just think I'd rather keep Salah for next week with Everton. I just would. Fun fact, Haaland has a whopping 1 double-digit haul since game week 5. Don't say this, Jamie. Oh, Jamie. You're going to make me switch captaincy. Wildcard draft for this week. Oh, it's hard. That is hard. You're probably going to have... I would say head over to Ben Krellin and look at which teams are kind of double, because you want to really have 2 Newcastle on a wild card. Oh, that's hard. That is hard for a wild card for this week. Oh, Bruno is just looking a bit warm, isn't he? 10, 10, 9, 8, 17 back there, 10. Oh, he just is looking warm, isn't he? All right, coin. I'm going to do my own coin flip because I need it. I need it this week. Bruno heads. Haaland tails. Okay? It's heads. We've gone for it. No, I don't need the SIM card thing, lad. I sorted it last night. If you've got 10 players, you should be fine. I think you'll honestly be fine. Oh, God. Captaining Bruno. Oh, my days. What are we doing? When does he play? Tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Oh, great. Well, he's going to be the last game of the game week, isn't he? When do you play? Today at 3. Guessing you play today at 3. Yeah. So 3 o'clock's going to be painful. But we've gone with Bruno. Oh my days, what am I doing here? This could be huge for the season. I think we're going to end the stream with Bruno captain. But this is risky. I think I don't know. I think with so many people going for Haaland and Wood, it might be the safer option just to keep them and have Bruno as the differential. But this could be the move that either makes or breaks the team, I think. Oh. God, this is stressful. This is stressful. Where are people saying Woods picked up a knock, by the way? Someone just put that in the chat. The time of the kickoff is a worry for Bruno Cap. Why? Best striker, 6.2 million below. You're looking at Raul Jimenez, Strand Larsen, Beto. Freddie sent over his team, so we'll take a look at that in a second. Any advice? Oh dear. Oh dear. Probably a free hit is my best advice there. There's so many players that it's going to require a big hefty minus. Tom, which one is better? Wildcard already used. Two's better. My free hit question. Evan Nielsen for Xerxes. Double Arsenal defence. I might go Onana. Thoughts? I don't think I'd go Onana. I think I'd rather go... If you go Pickford here, rather than Gabriel, I think that would be fine. Pickford probably the one. I don't mind the Xerxes shout. I don't. I thought he looked quite good. But yeah, I think it's a decent team, Freddie. It really, really is. It looks a good free hit team. Golden Goal Fantasy thing said it yesterday. But have we had like any proof? I already have memes ready for him in the Discord. Well, we're not captaining him anymore. We're going with Bruno captain. Do we go Bruno captain? Oh, God. Oh, God. It's so stressful. Haaland, Bruno, or Wood? The coin has said go Bruno. But I really don't know. I genuinely don't know which way is the best way to go on this. Yeah, I guess. Mackham, the only thing I probably would say on that is I expect Woods to be over 100. I do expect Woods to be over on 100. So, yeah. Son or Gibbs White? I go Gibbs White. Palmer to Bruno for a -4? Yeah. Bench? Oh, no, I thought you said you were benching Wood. Looks good. Bruno scored big in the reverse. Yeah. Yeah, it could be one of those weeks that makes or breaks our season. It really could. Is there actually any like confirmed kind of stuff on the Wood knock? Because I've seen nothing. I've seen niche. I'll have a little scout round on Twitter, but I've seen absolute niche regarding this Wood knock. Absolute niche all. Not seen anything. So yeah, someone tells me, why not Haaland captain? I mean, we did have it on Haaland captain. The coin, the holy coin, told me to go elsewhere. Do you think Solanke on game week 29? No, I don't really think he's going to be an option. How do I send my team on Twitter? If you leave it under my most recent tweet, we'll take a look at that before we finish up at 10 o'clock. Of course, if you're enjoying today's stream, make sure you like and subscribing. Massively appreciated, as always, on the channel. We are trying to hit 12.5k subscribers by the end of the season. And like I said, it is only possible with your guys' amazing support, as always, on this channel. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. Do we go Bruno? Do we go Haaland? It's a toughie. It is a toughie. I'm not flipping the coin again. The coin's done its work. It told us to go Bruno. Wood or Bruno cap? I mean, as you can see, with my head, I'm currently sat on Bruno. I could switch back to Wood, though. Purely down to effective ownership reasons. Because Bruno's going to be a differential regardless. And that's kind of the way that I've played this season is I think Bruno is going to be a differential regardless. So I'm still going to gain whatever out of him. Wood or Haaland are the ones that can do damage to my rank, in my personal opinion. So maybe I just play it safe. Captain Chris Wood, have Haaland and Bruno that are probably going to have less than 100% effective ownership. And go that way. So we captain Wood. We obviously play with the highest effective ownership player there. Then we go, you know, Bruno and Haaland are already going to get us something positive greens. I don't know. I really, really don't know. Really, really don't know. Let's do Wood and Fernandes. Heads is going to be Wood. Tails is going to be Fernandes, okay? It's landed heads. It's landed heads. It's gone Chris Wood. Honestly, don't have a clue. I'm really unsure which way to go with this now. Stress. It shouldn't be, but it is. Keeper on a wild card that isn't sells. Do you want to look for a player that's probably got double game weeks coming up? I think Brighton have got double game weeks, right? The coin is confused. The coin's more confused than me at this point. Yeah, I mean, if you go Hudson-Odoi to Murphy in 2 weeks, I don't mind that. That's not a bad one. Oh, God, which way do we go with this one? Did you do a -4? Yes, I did do a -4. Jose Sa, it's just Wolves. They're terrible. They are just a terrible team of Wolves. What would a free hit draft look like? It would have Aina, Gvardiol, and then either one of Gabriel or Ait-Nouri. A front three of Wood, Haaland, probably Evan Nielsen, or Jimenez. Then we'd have Bruno, Bowen, Kluivert, and I don't know who else. I really, really don't know who else. The holy coin isn't confused. It just knows it's going to bank. Yeah, I could just go Wood, right? I could just go Wood. We played the effective ownership route. We go with Wood, and then we've got Haaland and Bruno anyway, so we're covered off in that regard. I don't know. Or do we play it a bit more adventurous? We take the big minus. I mean, we take the risk. Sorry. Oh, it's tough. It is tough. How many hits are too many hits? I think a -8 is the max I would take this week. Anything more than that, I don't think it's going to be worth it. In my opinion, anyway. Visit for Cunha, Bruno for Palmer. What do you think? Yeah, that's fine. I think, there's plenty of other striker options you could go for, though. Not 100% convinced Vis's next two are the best. Yeah, I think a -8 is fair. I think a -8 is fair this week, to be honest. -8 is a fair one. I'm stressing. I'm really stressing. I'm really stressing. It's just one of those where it's like, oh God. -8 if you're bringing in Haaland or Bruno or both. Yeah, 100% agree with Andy there as well. I feel like they're big players that could pop off this week. Will you bring Mateta or Eze in next week? I'm not going to make a transfer next week. The team is absolutely stacked. It really, really is. It's stacked with talent for next week. And I just don't think there's any need to waste a transfer. Obviously, if someone gets injured on the international break or in the FA Cup fixtures, then yeah, fair enough. That is my big advice as well for Game Week 30. Just hold. We've got an international break, then we've got the FA Cup. A lot of players are going to pull up injured. Do we go Bruno or do we just go Chris Wood? We cover ourselves off with effective ownership. I mean, we've got Munoz. Like, it's fine. We just have to suck it up, I guess. I mean, if you want to get rid of Van Heck, you've obviously got the Wolves cheap defenders, the Bournemouth cheap defenders that you could go for. In terms of João Pedro, probably less likely. You're looking at maybe like a Beto or a Strand Larsen or an Evan Nielsen. Not as exciting. Yeah, I think Wood's going to be the highest. He's at 50% owned already, right? You then factor in people are going to be captaining him this week. Like, I think he was at like 80 odd last week. Never mind with captaincy. So I think if we play this sensibly, Wood captain covers ourselves off. We then have Bruno and Haaland just as players that are probably going to be low. I would say maybe like Bruno's probably only going to be about 60, 70. I think that's the way we're going to play it, you know. It might seem a bit dull and it might seem a bit boring, but I honestly think that might be just the way to play it this week. We're in a really good position. And yeah, I think we just back Wood with the captaincy. We go Wood, then we've just got Bruno and Haaland just as extras, as additionals, I guess. I'm going to make Bruno my vice as well. Make vice, safety. So that's how we're going to line up for this week, I think. We're going to go Wood captain. We're going to go Bruno vice. Like I said, I think Wood's effective ownership is going to be through the roof. We just kind of covers ourselves off a little bit. And we've got Bruno and Haaland who will gain us rank anyway. Because he's only at 35, right? If we factor in, like, say, Mbeumo, what's his ownership at? 43. And Mbeumo's most weeks is ridiculously high. I'll be able to tell you. Hang on. Let me load up the FPL Focal app. Where's the effective ownership from last week? Where is it? Where are you? Oh, it's not there. It's not there. Okay. But you see my point. I think we're just... Yeah. Will I wildcard in game week 30? No, I'm going to wildcard in game week 31. The team already looks really, really strong. Honestly, I really don't know which way to go with this captaincy. My head is spinning. It really is. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that Ferrari. I think that's a decent strategy you've lined yourself up there with. I don't mind that at all. At all. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying today's stream, make sure you are hitting that like button, subscribing. Why am I not captain Haaland? Purely out of fear of effective ownership. Yeah. What did Wood do in the reverse against these dossers? Just a 9-pointer, not bad. what the coins say. The coin said go for between Bruno and Haaland, it went Bruno, and then between Wood and Bruno, it went Wood. So yeah, that's what the coin said. That is what the coin suggested we do. Honestly, such a tough decision this game week, and I really, really don't know which way it's going to go, to be honest. Looking at the poll, looks like most of you are going to be going for Haaland for captain this week. 811 votes. 44% of you are going for Haaland. 30% are going for Chris Wood. And 21% are going for Bruno Fernandes. Real split this week in terms of captaincy. It could be one of those weeks where if you get captaincy right, you could fly. Genuinely, you could fly up the ranks this week. However, if one of the if Wood's effective ownership is plus 100, you don't go with him captain. Eesh, it could be a nasty week. Loving life because I don't have Wood. Bro, you're missing out. If you've not got Wood, what are you doing? If you don't free hit this week, what other week should I do it? 34, there's another blank game week coming up then. Yeah, that'll be the next one where the free hit opportunity. Or you could use it in a double. That's what I did last year and it worked out really, really well for me and my team. But obviously I understand if you want to just wait, that's also perfectly acceptable. Good morning from America, says John. Well, very great to have you here, man. I've never cared about effective ownership and never will. Fair enough. Who am I captaining? Honestly, this is the big debate. We've got, I think Bruno's the biggest differential. Wood's the biggest killer to the rank. But Haaland could also be close to 100%. And the cat chose Bruno. Bruno's the most informed out of the lot as well. He is the most informed out of the lot. How many predicted doubles are left? Two or three? We've obviously got 32 locked in. That's the Newcastle Palace one. There'll be some in 33. Then there might be another one in 36. Depending on progression of Manchester United and Spurs as well in the Europa League and their progression within the FA Cup as well. So, yeah. And their opponents, in the FA Cup. So, yeah. Captain Haaland, I mean, that is the way that most people are going. I think this game week they are going to captain Haaland. And I get it. He is a good pick. Aye. Really don't know which way to go on this one, guys. I'm struggling to say the least. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I get your argument about, people aren't playing chips, people won't have full 11s, people are taking -4s, could be worth a punt in terms of captaincy. I get it. Good evening from Perth, Australia. Nice to have you here, Alan. Is it worth taking a hit to have a playing goalkeeper for 1 week only? No, not in my opinion. Goalkeepers have very low ceilings. Which one would you bench? Probably Dango, mate. I'd say the other two are going to definitely play. I can't guarantee that Dango will play. So, yeah, on that basis, I probably would bench him out of the lot. Would you do Trossard to Bruno or Nawari to Kluivert for a -4? I do the Trossard move more often. I think getting Bruno in is going to be more beneficial than Kluivert, in my opinion. Can't face captain a Manchester United player. Yeah, it is Leicester. They are terrible at Leicester. They are terrible. So are Ipswich. Brighton are actually probably the best team out of the lot there. But it's the only home fixture as well. Hello from Colombia. Wow, we're getting a wide range of people in here today. Really appreciate that, guys. Boom, ba-dum, 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 boom. Do keep your questions coming in. Keep the likes. Keep the subscriptions coming in. We're close to 12.4k subscribers. So if you want to help me hit that goal within the next 10 minutes before we do wrap up, that would be massively appreciated. I'd go Nottingham Forest mid. Keep or sell Nawari? I think he's a keep. He's all right. Should I play an Ipswich defender or use a -4 for a different defender? I think I'd take the -4. I'd take a gamble. Marmouche is going to start? Yeah, I reckon he will. Golden's in the chat. Hope you're doing well, bro. I'm guessing you've wrapped up your stream for today. This is the thing, right, Tom? Hear me out on this one, right? So I was actually going to go with Bruno because he's in good form. Leicester are terrible. Whatever. The reason I've switched to Wood is because I think he'll be the highest effective ownership player and I'm playing it sensible and safe. I'd like to hear your opinions on that one. Obviously, I've got the pick of Bruno, Wood, Haaland. Who would you captain for this week? Daniel Munoz, yes. Yeah, I know. Golden doesn't have Haaland, but I'm just interested to hear his thoughts on who he'd potentially captain for this week. Wow, Golden has been slagging off Haaland on his stream. Oh, right, that's it then. If he's slagging off Haaland, we can't go for him, can we? We can't go for him. Would you take a -4 to have Semenyo over Anderson? Fulham playing a wild card in 31? No. Suggest me a defender, please. Gavardiol, any Forest defender. 8 Nuri. When Haaland scores a brace. Based. No Haaland owners, GG. Fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe I'm missing out on something. Would you go all in and start 3 Everton defenders? I mean, if you've got Bowen as well, though, probably not. Did the free hit and regretted it now. Can't decide who to go for. I think the free hit team's pretty template, to be honest. I think you can get the midfield's probably where you're going to have a gamble or that third striker spot. Fair. If you don't think it's going to work, then you keep Trossard. Would you take a -4 for Rodgers to Gibbs White to bench Greaves? Yeah, I probably would. Murillo a guaranteed starter? Yes, he is. Murillo is a guaranteed starter. We only need 9 more people to hit 12.4k. So if you haven't subscribed, do hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and yeah, it would mean the absolute world to me. Like I said, we won't be streaming up until the deadline, purely down to the fact that I'm off to a game this afternoon for the second channel. So if you haven't checked that out, I'm sure one of the channel moderators will whack the second channel link in the description, in the chat, as well. It's kind of like football, travel-y type stuff. So if you're into that, if you like watching football content and sort of football vlogs, but they're not really vlogs, but they are sort of vlogs. If you like watching that sort of content, head over to that channel. Make sure to hit subscribe on there. We're trying to hit 2k by the end of the season on that channel, and it'd be absolutely amazing if we could do that. So yeah, make sure you're heading over there as well. Foden a must for a free hit team? No. I think you must if you're on a free hit. Wood, Haaland, Bruno, probably a Forest defender, 8 Nuri and Gavardiol. Yeah, the deadline is still a few hours away, to be fair. I've just had to go early, like I said. Got stuff to do. Thank you very much for putting that link in the chat, Jamie. Like I said, guys, if you want to go and check that second channel out as well, would be massively appreciated by myself. Make sure you're heading over there, hitting that subscribe button on that channel as well. There's plenty of high quality content already on there. And yeah, just more and more is going to be added every single week. Yeah, the deadline this week is at 1:30, I believe. 1:30. Yeah, 1:30 deadline. No worries, Duncan, mate. We'll have plenty of videos and stuff on the channel as well, getting you ready as always. 8 Nuri over Gabriel or Gavardiol? Oh, I don't think I would. But yeah. -12. Oh, a -12 is brutal. I think you're going to have to take the -12. Please do not spam, though, if you don't want to use that free hit. Yeah, don't spam. -8. I don't mind that -8. I don't mind it. I'm not a big fan of Semenyo though as the pick, but if it gets you Haaland and you're going to captain him, fair play. Oh, big rise for Foden then. Big rise in terms of that ownership. Oof. Go steady, lads. Don't pam. Don't depam. Yeah, don't depam. Thank you, Jamie, for that one. Don't depam. Love it. SOS. Hi, Tom. Also living in Perth. Oh, we've got so many people from Australia. Loving this. Loving this. Would you sell Isak to Evan Nielsen or just play Nawari? I'd probably just play Nawari. I'm thinking Ran is essential for the free hit. Yeah, probably is. I'm going to go Sells, not a Forest defender. Fair enough. Yep, looks pretty decent. Yeah, I mean, if you're that far back, you might as well just obviously have a little bit of fun with it. Have a little bit of a gamble with it. You might as well. Genuinely, you might as well. Oh, Jamie. Captain Bruno and Buemo or Wood. I mean, we've been having Bruno or Wood for me. Bruno's the more differential pick. Wood is the effective ownership kind of cancelling one. Yeah, that's the way we're going to go with that one. That is the way we're going to go with that one. What's your chip strategy, Tom? My chip strategy is wildcard 31, bench boost 33, free hit 34. So yeah, that's what we're going to go with that one. Yeah, that's what we're going to go for that one. Solanke as a gambler as the third striker? Not for me personally. The betting market's really not fancying Spurs. They're kind of leaning more towards Fulham. So yeah, I don't think we're going to do that. Right, who should we go and raid, considering we're finishing up? Who should we go and raid? I know Andy suggested someone, but I can't remember their names off the top of my head. So Andy, if you can recommend them. I mean, Golden's live, so you can go and check out Golden, who's absolute gem as always. But yeah. There's MV who's live. Golden is finishing too. Oh, no way. FPL Fogel, yeah, I'm sure he'll appreciate probably the 20 people we'll send his way. Yeah, I don't think any of the big boys are probably on till 11. They're okay picks. I don't know if I'd go for them though, mate. And I don't know. I've never spoken to Ross, so I don't know. Maybe we'll be back on some point next season. I don't know. Maybe he didn't like me. Who knows? Is he live? Oh, he's not alive till 11:30. I don't think, mate. He's near 1,000 subs. Yeah, he's not alive until 11:30. I'm afraid. But yeah, we'll if he's live when we do some more ones, we'll definitely go and give him a raid. But yeah, I probably will just whack MVs in the chat. Go and drop him a little cheeky one. Or head over to Golden's. Absolute legend. Good friend of mine as well, outside of this. But yeah, we're going to wrap things up, guys. Like I said, go over to MVs. Ross is just jealous of your hair. Yeah, all the big boys on are at 11. So if you want to go to MV or Golden, please go and check those guys out. Like I said, I'll post my team over on Twitter a little bit later. But thank you very much for today's stream. It's been absolutely incredible in terms of numbers. Yet again, you guys are smashing it out of the park, and I can only thank you for that one. Yeah, best of luck this game week, guys. Hopefully everything does go our way. And yeah, we'll see you after the international break.